Welcome to the Pharma Voice Editor's Take video series, filmed live at the 2012 DIA Annual Meeting in Philadelphia. Hosted by Taryn Grome, editor of Pharma Voice. In this session, Taryn meets with Rob Sims, Director, Life Science Solutions, UL EduNeering.
Rob, welcome to the 2012 DIA Editor's Take video program.
Thanks, Taryn. Thanks for having me.
Talk to us about what technology trends are affecting the quality of clinical site performance.
Well, what we're seeing, Taryn, is that companies are now reaching out across the world to do their clinical trials. And so that requires technology. You can't have instructors and training folks in every location and every site around the world. So both sponsors and CROs are now relying on web-based technology to move out their training messages. And it could be site or study specific. It could also be basics, GCP, operational issues such as EDC training. And what they're doing is moving this out through the web, capturing and documenting the receipt of that training to ensure that these individuals, some naive sites who've never done trials before, have received proper GCP training, have fully understood the technology that's being used during the trial. And it's all being transferred through a web-based platform. We're seeing that more and more over the last 2 or 3 years.
That's terrific. So next question is, how are technology-enabled learning programs improving site performance in developing regions?
What's happening now is it's content. The quality of the content matters. And so, for example, UL EduNeering, we're completely committed to safety. We've partnered with Duke Clinical Research Institute down in North Carolina. They've got clinical training experts around the world doing face-to-face training. They can't be everywhere at one time either. So what they've done is we've captured their expertise and moved that training out as self-paced programs. And so the content is key here. Likewise, with EDC programs, we've partnered with some of the major sponsors out there to capture the way they do EDC training and move that out. And so it really requires expertise and it really requires standardization. In the case of Duke, they've put together 10 courses that cover GCP, best practices in operations, focusing on investigators, monitors, every role within the clinical trial. All that information moves out through our platform in role-based training categories. So everybody gets just the training that they need.
That's really important information for our listeners. Now, what can sponsors and CROs do better to manage their site training programs?
Well, I touched on it a little bit, but it really is about, we came up with 4 rules because we've done this for so many different clients, sponsors and CROs. It really comes down to segmentation. Segmenting your studies so that only specific protocols and amendments and different information go out in a coordinated way. And then it comes down to fragmenting or segmenting the different roles within the study. We're seeing that primary investigators and sub-investigators, sometimes the information is different in each of those roles. Monitors and other, even office administrators, the folks who monitor the ED or who operate the EDC equipment, they need specific training. So it's this idea of taking training and targeting it to specific roles within study and then capturing all of that. You know, you want to be, FDA wants data integrity right now. They're focusing on it. They're not requiring Part 11, but they want the same data integrity as what sponsors and CROs know on the GMP and the quality side. Fortunately, our system is being used by 300 companies, the UL EduNeering compliance wire system, just to deliver and capture receipt of all that training in different ways, completely across the web. So it's that idea, though, that basic rule of just making sure that only the folks who need that specific training get it and get it done, and it's documented properly.
Rob, thank you so much.
Thanks, Taryn. Thanks so much for having me.
My pleasure.
Additional Editor's Take videos, as well as podcasts, white papers, webinars, and more, are available in the resources area at www.pharmavoice.com.